I've told you about the penis flytrap as well, haven't I? The penis flytrap?
What is going on?
I don't think I'll name him, but it might be the
this feels-
same bloke or it might not. He is, because I'm without foreskin. He is with foreskin. I can't,
Thanks so much for telling
So I
everyone.
can never do this fun trick. So he'd sit there. We call it the penis flytrap.
This is the most lowbrow podcast we have ever done.
He'd sit there like this, and he'd pull his foreskin back, and he'd just sit there waiting like a lion waiting for its prey.
No, Jack,
And a fly would do this. A fly would go, zzz, and he could see it, and he'd wait. He'd wait silently and without movement. He would wait. He would sit there and wait until the fly got closer and closer. The fly would land on his knob, and he'd let his foreskin go and catch it.
There are lots of comedy podcasts floating around these days, but We Mean Well has this strangely addictive quality that makes it stand out from the moment you hit play. It's the kind of podcast you tell yourself you listen to just for background noise, and suddenly you're an hour deep, laughing at something you absolutely can't explain to anyone else without sounding unhinged. The pacing is wild in the best way, conversations drift, loop, and collide, yet somehow never feel messy. As a long-time fan, it doesn't feel like you're listening to creators performing for an audience. It feels like you've been quietly added to the funniest group chat between mates in all of Australia, and no one bothered to tell you about it. That feeling of natural, unpolished chaos is honestly one of the biggest reasons this show just works. And a huge part of that magic comes from the dynamic between Jarch and Luisa, who genuinely might be two of the most unintentionally perfect comedic personalities to ever share a microphone. Jarch has this effortless ability to derail a conversation in the most Aussie way possible, while Luisa counters these with brutally, sometimes sharp comments that not always land perfect every time. And the combination is just lightning in a bottle. You can hear the real friendship underneath all the teasing, the exaggerated complaining, and the unhinged storytime energy that you expect almost in every episode. Even when they contradict themselves midpoint or lose the thread entirely and spiral into different kinds of conversations and laughter, it somehow becomes even funnier. Their chemistry feels lived in, like they've been doing this forever, and as a listener, you naturally fall into their rhythm without even meaning to. But what really pushes We Mean Well into its own league is the unexpected warmth that sits beneath all the ridiculousness. Yes, the show is chaotic, loud, and constantly teetering on the edge of complete and utter nonsense, but there is this genuine, unfiltered honesty that makes it feel strangely comforting. It reminds you why comedy matters, not because of everything that needs to be polished or structured, but because laughing with people you feel connected to just makes life more entertaining. Whether they're oversharing, roasting one another, spiraling into absurd scenarios, or revealing yet another piece of personal chaos they definitely didn't need to say out loud, Jarch and Luisa have created something that feels real. It's a reliably hilarious escape, the kind of podcast you re-listen to just because it makes your day lighter. And for longtime fans like myself, that mix of honesty, chemistry, and absolute comedic mayhem is exactly why We Mean Well genuinely deserves the title of Australia's funniest podcast.
So they made the longest meat stick, 314 feet long. That's
Did people eat this? I've got a bit of a
Yeah.
problem with this shit if they don't eat it.
How much do you reckon you could eat of that meat stick? So how many Subway 12
Probably 8
inches
inches.
is that? 314 divided by 12? No.
Wait, what?
How many Subway 12 inches would that be?
What? How long was it?
314 foot.
Foot. Right.
So Subway 12 foot long.
Foot long.
It's 12.
Correct.
So how many Subway?
Do I look like a fucking mathematician, Sugar?
Well, work it out.
Well, so if it's 317 feet
314.
and then 12 inches is 1 foot,
It's 26 feet long.
What?
did you say, wasn't it 317 feet long?
Yes.
314 feet long.
So that's 317 foot long subs.
Oh, because a foot long sub is 12 inches.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big meat stick.
Wait, yeah, sorry.
It's
what
314
the fuck?
subways
Yeah, what the
long.
fuck did I say about 26? Yeah, why would we...
Don't know, but my brain hurts.
Oh, now I'm fucked.
I think you
No,
took the
it's-
scenic route.
Hey, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that noti bell because it really helps out. At the heart of We Mean Well are two people who somehow managed to turn every episode into a perfectly dysfunctional masterpiece of comedy. Jack Archdale, better known to fans as Jarch, and Louisa Daldin, affectionately called LuLu. Their dynamic isn't just good chemistry, it's an entire ecosystem of energy, timing, absurdity, and a mutual willingness to escalate even the smallest topic into something completely deranged. The show thrives because neither of them knows how to behave normally, and together they have created a space where weirdness isn't just welcomed, it's practically mandatory. Listening to them feels like witnessing a natural disaster made of jokes, tangents, and aggressively unserious storytelling. Jarch brings this distinct brand of chaotic Aussie energy that makes every episode feel unpredictable in the best possible way. He has the uncanny ability to take a simple question and turn it into a 5-minute detour conversation involving something no rational human should admit out loud, especially on a podcast. And then there's LuLu, equal parts unfiltered, hilarious, and terrifyingly committed to any bit she starts. Even if it's clearly spiraling, LuLu's brain works like a browser with 147 tabs open, half of which are playing audio, and she refuses to close any of them. Together, they ricochet through topics like pinballs on espresso, constantly interrupting each other, contradicting each other, and confusing not only us, but themselves as well. And somehow all of this comes together to become Aussie comedy gold. Of course, being a fan means embracing not only the brilliance, but also the moments that test your loyalty and your hearing. Specifically, when LuLu decides to break into karaoke. These moments are legendary for all the wrong reasons: off-key chaos, misplaced confidence, and the kind of vocal choices that genuinely challenge your headphones' ability to survive. But that's exactly what makes it so endearing, even if it is painful. You are not just listening to polished entertainment, you're listening to two people who are absolutely and unabashedly themselves, even when they probably shouldn't be. The tangents, the unhinged sidetracks, the questionable singing, it all blends beautifully into this imperfect style that only Jarch and LuLu can pull off. And honestly, that's what makes them the beating heart of We Mean Well. Hilariously unfiltered, occasionally painful to listen to, and always, always unforgettable.
They don't call me Fast 2 Feet Delden for anything.
They don't to call you.
Well, they do now.
Okay.
You know, this will actually come to a surprise to Fran. I was a very good sprinter as 8-year-old Lou. I'm actually not kidding.
Fuck this one.
I'm actually not kidding. For a big little girl, I was a very good sprinter.
How good?
Like, would win the 100-meter races sometimes. Like, it would be first place to third place. It was bizarre.
Here we fucking go.
Hello.
Hi, Mum.
Hi.
Hi. Good. Quick question.
Yeah.
Was I a very good sprinter at age 8? Like, I used to win the 100-meter races, didn't I?
Absolutely not. You know you didn't. And that's
Jill, I was a good sprinter.
Jill, I love you.
Jill, Mum, I was quick for a fat 8-year-old.
One of the biggest reasons We Mean Well has carved out its place as Australia's funniest podcast, at least in my opinion, is the way Jarch and LuLu approach storytelling. They do not just tell stories, they weaponize them. Every anecdote, no matter how small or insignificant, might seem at the start, becomes eventually a fully unhinged journey by the time they are done telling it. A simple tale about going to the supermarket about getting sausages somehow mutates into a story that didn't need to be said publicly because of how unbearably mundane it is. Their stories feel like less recaps and more like chaotic oral history, delivered with the energy of two friends who definitely shouldn't be left unsupervised. It is the kind of storytelling where you can never predict the ending because they can't either, and that unpredictability is half the fun. Then there are the inside jokes and recurring bits that have slowly become part of the show's unofficial language, whether it's Jarch ranting about something wildly specific for 10 minutes, or LuLu confidently doubling down on an opinion she invented 30 seconds prior. These running gags have become tiny landmarks that fans instantly recognize. You start to anticipate the spirals of absurdity, the derailed conversations, the strange analogies that don't quite make sense, and the "wait, how did we get here?" moments that always manage to sneak up on you. The podcast has developed this strange, almost sitcom-like rhythm where even their disasters feel intentional. It's comedy that grows with you. The more episodes you listen to, the funnier each new tangent becomes because you have learned the characters behind them. But beyond the humour, spirals, and catastrophically unnecessary oversharing habits that they are known for, there is this surprising sense of comfort that We Mean Well provides. The podcast isn't trying to impress anyone, it's merely just trying to entertain, connect, and escape the seriousness of the real world for just an hour or two. Jarch and LuLu created an atmosphere that feels safe in its stupidity, warmth in its chaos, and inviting in its imperfections. You don't tune in expecting polished or rehearsed content, you tune in because you want to feel like you're hanging out with two people who make life feel a little less heavy. The laughter, the sudden emotional whiplash, the tangents that should be illegal, it all forms this familiar cozy mess that fans keep coming back to. And honestly, that might be their greatest power, the ability to make nonsense feel like home.
Going to her wedding. Now I've got to write a speech.
What about finishing with a poem or something? Roses are red, violets are blue. Give it a few hours and he'll be inside you.
Roses are red. I'm pretty bored. That guy's going to be inside of the recently Taylor Ward. I think I'm really enjoying this.
No, I think I'm done.
Roses are red.
Nope.
This wedding's a hoot. Come on, Taylor, give that new hubby a root.
I actually don't mind that. I don't mind that one. I think Taylor would have a giggle.
Would she? Roses are red. We bloody love you, Taylor. Bet you can't wait for later when your husband's fucking nailing you.
Shut up!
Roses are red. You've served grouse beer. Now give me a look at that mouse's ear. Roses are red. I had so fun I jumped.
No!
Now give me a look at that delicious new rump. Roses are red. I love you to bits. Now pull down that dress and show me those tits. Roses are red.
For fuck's sake.
You're no longer single. And guess what, my love? That makes my peenie tingle. Peenie.
In a world overflowing with podcasts, comedy podcasts, chat podcasts, interview podcasts, anime, story, and even two friends talking about nothing podcasts, We Mean Well somehow manages to exist in its strange own little category. For better or for worse, there really isn't any other show quite like it. Most podcasts try to follow formulas, polish their structure, or at least pretend they know where an episode is going. Jarch and LuLu, on the other hand, have built an entire identity around the fact that they absolutely do not, and that's what makes it feel so refreshing. It's raw, it's messy, it's deeply unserious, and it fully embraces the chaos instead of trying to tame it for views. In a space where everyone is trying to sound smart, organized, or insightful, We Mean Well proudly stands there shrugging, laughing, and spiraling into oblivion. What sets the show apart isn't just the humor, but the audacity to never dilute itself or themselves for the sake of trends, algorithms, or the typical podcast rules. They don't try to be the next big thing, they only ever try to be themselves, and somehow that ends up being far funnier. Other podcasts might give you polished interviews or tight comedy segments. We Mean Well gives you stories that shouldn't be told, confessions that should have been kept private, and bits that last way, way longer than any sane person should ever allow. Even when it's unhinged or borderline unlistenable, again, looking directly at LuLu's karaoke, it feels intentional in the most unintentional way possible. It's chaotic artistry wrapped up in terrible decisions and delivered with hilarity. And maybe that's why the show sticks with fans the way it does. While other podcasts blur together with their predictability, We Mean Well is one that leaves you wondering what on earth you just listened to, but also somehow craving more. It doesn't slot neatly into a genre, it doesn't try to compete, and it doesn't need to. For all its flaws, spirals, disasters, and accidental brilliance, it stands alone as something uniquely itself. It's not the cleanest, it's not the calmest, and it's definitely not the most structured, but it is, without question, one of a kind. And in a crowd overpopulated with podcasts, that's exactly why it hits so hard.
Man, I feel sick like a motherfucking patient, and I'm dancing round these lyrics like a motherfucking geisha. Sipping whiskey, bitch. No motherfucking chaser. Hot bitch in the pub, and I'm a motherfucking Jarch and this bitch, and I'm really gonna drop shit. Squashing cunts like a villain in a mosh pit. No one beating me on any given topic. Hawaiian shirt, yeah, I'm chilling in the tropics. Back to this, yeah, I'm back to this. Dropped off now, I am the catalyst. I got analysts who are tracking this. Told me that I'm more dope than a smacked up bitch. Cold motherfucker, think I need a hot soup. One punch, yeah, it's really gonna drop you. I'll take a new, yeah, I'm really gonna stop you. Bitches slipping over every time I pop through. I'm pretty bad, man. Placed in a clinic cause I am a madman. Said, nah, Mex, I'm pretty sad, man. I love clubbing. Now they call me Bam Bam. Back on this chorus like a motherfucking singer. Yeah, tough as a Taurus on a motherfucking pinger. Yeah, KFC, bitch. I'm a motherfucking zinger. Yeah, speak another language, but it's motherfucking Klingon. I'm nerdy, bruh. Only like titties at the perky, bruh. Big and round, yeah, like I'm circular. You're a weird cunt, guarantee I'm quirky, 29 and I'm still making raps too. Plenty fine birds in the line to tap to. Getting mine, yeah, I'm stacking plenty stacks too. Couple wines, couple jewels and a tattoo. That's what my night looks like. Look at your face, what a fight looks like. Put in your place like a lighthouse lighter. Flick the switch and put your lights out night. I'm ruthless, bruh. Fuck around and I'll leave you toothless, bruh. You're a dumb cunt, but you a stupid, You're full of gas, you cunt. I'll call you Jupiter. Woo.
At the end of the day, We Mean Well is the kind of podcast that shouldn't work as well as it does, yet somehow it absolutely thrives. Jarch and LuLu have created something that defies every single expectation of what a successful podcast is supposed to look or sound like. It is chaotic, inconsistent, endearingly unhinged, and filled with moments that make you question your own sanity for listening, and that's exactly why I and so many others adore it. Beneath every tangent, every overshared story, every off-key karaoke performance, there is this unmistakable heart that makes the podcast feel warm and strangely familiar. In a world where everything is becoming more polished, curated, and optimized, We Mean Well stands as a reminder that the best entertainment sometimes comes from simply being unapologetically yourself. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's honest in a way that cannot be fabricated. The stories, the spirals, the accidental brilliance, and once again, the painful karaoke, they all have come together to form a show that feels like home even when it's actively losing the plot. Jarch and LuLu do not just host a podcast, they have built a comedic safe zone where listeners can laugh, cringe, and feel completely at ease within the madness. Maybe that is why, despite all the competition, the podcast continues to resonate so deeply. It isn't trying to be perfect. It never has been trying to be perfect, it's just trying to be real. And in its messy, hilarious, wonderfully chaotic way, We Mean Well manages to be something rare, a one-of-a-kind experience that sticks with you, lifts up your mood, and reminds you that sometimes the funniest things in life are the ones that weren't meant to happen at all.